Welcome to Books in Sum, your go-to for bite-sized book summaries.
Dirty Minds by Kayt Sukel. Love and sexual attraction are a constant roller coaster, and one of the most exciting rides in the human experience. Humans have been studying the brain for centuries with mixed results, but modern technology and medical science have made major advances in exploring love and desire. In ancient Greece, Aristotle believed that the heart was both the site of human intelligence and the source of our passion. In the 19th century, scientists became more interested in the brain, but their initial approach was flawed. In the 20th century, technology began evolving to offer new, more productive techniques for examining the brain, such as phrenology, which used the study of the skull to determine a person's character and mental capacities. Functional magnetic resonance imaging has enabled researchers to study the brain in a much more detailed way, allowing them to identify which parts of the brain become more active in response to various stimuli. This understanding of how the brain works can be applied to sex and love, where the neurotransmitter dopamine influences human behavior, including romantic feelings and actions. The basal ganglia, a cluster of subcortical areas in the forebrain, is responsible for releasing dopamine, which plays a key role in human behavior. Additionally, the mesocortical limbic system, a dopamine-fueled pathway that helps the body process rewards, is also essential when it comes to love. The most important details in this book are that human sex hormones motivate sexual behavior, but how they do so remains a mystery. This is evidenced by the fact that ovulating women buy more revealing clothing and appear more interested in men than other women, and women who are ovulating even go out clubbing more often than those who aren't ovulating. Scientists believe that sex hormones work directly on the brain, but the exact nature of the signal they send has yet to be understood. What scientists have been able to show is that the human brain has a wide range of receptors for sex hormones, and that such hormones interfere directly with brain cells. Certain stimuli seem to play a role in attraction, but neurobiology has no perfect explanation for why. In 2008, Wen Zhu and Denise Chen of Rice University in Houston, Texas conducted a study in which women were asked to smell the armpit sweat of men from two different categories. The results showed that the sweat produced by men who were sexually aroused activated a region of the brain that corresponds to socio-emotional behavior, as well as an area that relates to sexual behavior in women. However, while this study, and others like it, demonstrate the human brain's reactions to chemosensory cues like smell, they don't necessarily confirm that such experiences are significant in determining attraction. A small rodent called the prairie vole displays an interesting and kind of sweet behavior. They commit to lifelong monogamous love with their partners, forged through the influence of the hormones oxytocin and vasopressin. This behavior is enabled by the fact that their brains are packed full of oxytocin receptors, resulting in a burst of dopamine, thereby causing the voles to associate the joys of sex only with their first partner. Both prairie voles and humans cheat, but for seemingly different reasons. Researchers at the Yerkes National Primate Research Center found that the density of vasopressin receptors plays an essential role in maintaining monogamy among males of this species. However, in humans, genetic variations do appear to influence our propensity for sexual behavior and commitment. In 2008, scientists at the Karolinska Institute in Sweden found that individuals with a variation of a VPR1A were more likely to be unhappy in their relationships. In 2010, Justin Garcia of Binghamton University found a variation of the dopamine receptor gene that relates to risky behavior, among other things. However, this genetic difference does not determine that people will act this way, it just makes it more likely. Love and hate are two sides of a classic dichotomy, but a closer look at the chemicals and brain regions at play with these emotions paints a different picture. Oxytocin, for example, seems to play a role in both love and aggression. Karsten de Drew, a researcher at the University of Amsterdam, developed a game in which individuals from two distinct groups were initially given the same amount of money. Some of the oxytocin-sniffing participants gladly forked over their cash to their own group, prompting de Drew to conclude that they showed greater love for their group than those who received the placebo. Other scientists have found that brain regions also share considerable overlap between love and hate. Semir Zeki, a professor of neuroaesthetics at University College London, and his colleague, John Paul Rahman, found that the photos of loved ones and those of hated enemies prompted activity in the same areas of the brain. This suggests that our brains and bodies have a lot to tell us about love, sex, and commitment.
We hope you found this summary helpful in your listening journey. If you're interested in diving deeper into the topic or getting your hands on the whole book, be sure to check the description below where we've included links to the book and other related products that may be useful to you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated on our latest book summaries. And feel free to leave a comment with any suggestions or requests for books you'd like us to cover. Thanks again for tuning in and happy listening.